I'm sitting here in my home office. Yeah, I just got off a call with another agency operator, and we were talking through some of the challenges and the consistencies across the board due to the pandemic. Uh, but the most fun of it all was the idea of we were just vibing away on some ideas on how we're thinking about reinvention. I wrote a blog post for our company published a couple days ago about managing for the rebound and what that looks like and being able to see out to the horizon. I want to take a step back here quickly and think about just all the things that are happening right now in terms of that reinvention. Uh, all of the effort that's happening now from businesses across the country really being anchored in speed, in trust, in safety of the consumer, right? And so I think a lot about restaurants. Some friends of mine own restaurants, and thinking about all of the change that's happening there, all the reinvention that has hit that industry so hard, and it's quite remarkable, really. I think if you look at it, I was taking some notes. If you notice, restaurants that are out there now offering bake at home options, right? So if you've got a local restaurant and that dish that you just crave on a Friday night, and right now you can't get it, but they are offering take it home, right? Baking instructions, not just pickup, not just carry out. They're rethinking the whole model. And when you lean back and you think about that, well, what does that look like? Hello Fresh, Blue Apron. The list goes on, right? Of meals prepared, delivered to your home, safe, trustworthy, local, you love it. They're having to think about and reinvent that model. And I got to tell you, it's here to stay. Business as it once was, especially in that sector, will not be the same. You think about some of I was talking with our leadership team on Monday, the product offerings of restaurants as well, right? So get a dish of 12 enchiladas and a side of chips and queso, and also your margarita to go. I could see legislation potentially changing in what QSR restaurants have from an offering perspective, and it's just really interesting to rethink what that looks like from the consumer perspective. Again, I was talking to another agency owner, just 10 minutes ago, and he's heavily involved in the automotive space, and we were just kind of vibing on some ideas. How do you rethink the process of the asset of the dealer, their cars? How do you use them? What is some goodwill effort that can be done there? I'm not going to share some of the ideas we discussed because they're now his, and I fully expect him to bring them to life. But it's so fun. It's invigorating at this time of reinvention, and we're doing it in our business, right? It was reading an article shared from our CEO, Eric, about Barron's and the reports of media spends being down. So what do you do? And thinking about the rebound, we're reinventing to think about audits being done with Google Analytics, with Google Tag Manager, educating our clients so that when the rebound does come back on this horizon, that we're prepared in a way to make sure that not only the traffic we've seen is viable, but how can we best audit that information for what that future looks like going forward. We're doing audits as well on the traditional side of the world with radio stations, television markets, and new business opportunities to say where you have been, what does that rate look like from a transparency, visibility perspective when you think about some of the scale that we work with, what should you be paying, and then why are you buying some of those slots? What does that look like with your core demo? So we're engaging in different kinds of conversation. I know there's challenge out there. I know there are downsides to this. I'm not downplaying any of that whatsoever. But it is an amazing time. It is an amazing time of a lot of creative people. I think think back to this and anchor in the idea of what did we do when we had to? And again, you're seeing that reinvention across the board. I think it's tremendously invigorating. I love talking about it. I love talking to different operators out there, whether it's in the real estate space, the multifamily, thinking about ways to continue to generate value, continue to generate customers, continue to generate revenue. And it's just awesome. So keep on out there, keep reinventing. I hope you can utilize this as fuel, and I look to maybe provide